A dramatic vertical lightning strike shatters through the dark sky and ground. Emphasize the power of the strike, a character with a muscular build, his arm and torso prominently shown, highlighting the overwhelming strength of a legendary martial arts figure called the Fist King. Someone more recognized by his title than his actual name. His name is revealed, Fist King Dan Wuzong. A close-up shows his sharp, scarred face, giving him a hardened, experienced look. Here's a flashback, or memory, of him being struck by a mysterious punch. Blood sprays from his mouth as he takes a heavy blow, leading into suspense about what will follow. He's standing amidst a dark, stormy battlefield, his presence radiating power. Two enemies spot Dan Wuzong and another person, noting, just those two remaining. They both seem cautious. Dan Wuzong immediately sizes them up, noticing they look like drifters or wanderers, and wonders where they came from. Wuzong steps forward with a heavy presence, saying, "Let me return your greetings with a fist." A white-haired enemy charges at him with incredible speed. There's an intense exchange, fists collide, power bursts, and the white-haired opponent realizes something terrifying. Dan Wuzong standing tall, unfazed, after landing his devastating counterattack. Wuzong's ferocity, he surged through his own way without hesitation. He fights dirty. Wuzong, with sharp suspicion in his eyes, confronts his opponents. His aura turns menacing as he presses them, the text highlighting his aggressive energy. One of the enemies taunts him. Wuzong, unfazed by the mockery, cuts them off with a chillingly blunt response, the fight intensifying, as their clash is about to escalate into something brutal. Dan Wuzong declares with brutal confidence, he launches forward, fists clenched, radiating killing intent. His enemy scoffs at the declaration, calling him arrogant. His opponent retaliates with a flurry of strikes, dark energy swirling, the clash erupts, Wuzong's fists and the enemy's blade techniques collide, lightning and energy tearing through the battlefield. Wuzong's raw power against the opponent's deadly skill, tension rising with every blow. The fight explodes in speed and intensity. Wuzong's opponent is shocked, he's fast. Wuzong, calm and composed, begins his countdown of death. His overwhelming momentum, blow after blow stacking up, the enemy realizes in horror. Wuzong continues, relentless, his final strike looms, the legendary 10th blow that he promised would end the fight. A new figure appears, standing above on a cliff, emanating dangerous energy. Dan Wuzong instantly notices and grows tense. The intruder draws his blade with calm confidence, signaling an imminent strike. Wuzong rushes in, fists ready, but in the next moment he takes a direct blow to his body, blood bursts from his mouth. The mysterious swordsman delivers a chilling declaration, linger on his cold, merciless gaze, emphasizing that Dan Wuzong's era of dominance may be coming to an end. The clash continues. Wuzong throws a desperate punch, but his opponent meets it with overwhelming force. A sharp counter lands, Wuzong's body jolts as blood bursts from his mouth. He collapses to his knees, rain pouring down, his strength fading. The mysterious swordsman approaches, cold and unyielding, and delivers his verdict. "You sure are good at fighting, Fist King." The last wide panel shows the massive canyon battlefield, carved apart by their clash, but now eerily quiet, with the Fist King broken and defeated. A shadowy figure mocks him. That cultivator was really dangerous, talking to a certain somebody. Wuzong, battered and bleeding, blood gushes from his mouth, his vision blurring. He counts weakly, his final expression softens into sorrow as he whispers his last thought. With blood spilling from his lips, Dan Wuzong the Fist King, a surge of demonic energy erupts, lightning splitting the skies as his legend ends. A black crow soars away, a symbolic omen of death and fate. A man opened his eyes in confusion, hearing someone's voice calling him master. A woman looks worried, asking if he is okay. He felt strange because his body was not injured. Then the woman called him first young master. When he looked in the mirror, he was shocked by the reflection he saw, as if his body was not his real body. The man stares into the mirror in shock, touching his face in disbelief. He suddenly panics, thinking, who put a mask over my face? Pulling and scratching at it, he realizes in horror, the servant girl nearby continues speaking normally, as if nothing is strange. The man slaps his own face in frustration, struggling to accept the reality. The servant looks concerned and thinks, he's suspiciously right in the head. The man continues trying to process his situation. He looks at the mirror again, conflicted and suspicious. Determined, he says to himself, I guess I'll have to find out. He moves around the room, trying to get used to his body. He notices how weak and unsteady it feels. Frustrated, he clenches his fists and mutters angrily, it's absolute garbage. The man finds a document labeled Bunha Merchant Group. He recalls hearing that name before. The Bunha Merchant Group operated near Shermu Incheon. They were a large and influential merchant clan. The document reveals the name Lee Ji-neon, the eldest son of the Bunha Merchant Group and the owner of the body he now inhabits. He laments, this was all I could get from the letters. This isn't a dream, nor is it a mask. I don't have enough knowledge to come up with an explanation for this. He suddenly wonders if it could be reincarnation. Sitting at the desk, he sighs in frustration, still trying to accept the reality. Suddenly, a servant rushes in, panicked, looks at the unfamiliar people gathering around him and thinks in disbelief, he didn't just hallucinate or dream. He has truly been reborn into the body of someone else, specifically the first young master of an influential family. An older man confronts the protagonist, scolding him harshly. Still dazed, tries to calm the situation. The older man softens a little. Servants bring in a pot of chicken soup, said to be good for his weak body. He recalls the terrible habits and indulgences of the body's original owner, wasting life with gambling. He clenches his teeth in disgust. The older man continues speaking enthusiastically, if you beat a regular bout, you'll become as healthy as the youths that attend the Dragon Phoenix martial competition. Wait, how many years has it been since the Dragon Phoenix competition was first held? If it's only almost time for the 200th Dragon Phoenix martial competition, then it means it hasn't been long since I died. That's good. The demonic faction should still be alive too, then. He recalls the sinister snake-like physician who manipulates those around him. With a grim expression, he clenches his fists and vows, with a determination-filled glare, hinting at his new path of vengeance and redemption. A delicious meal set out, rice, soup, meat, and side dishes. Servants gossip in awe about how he's regained his appetite. He stretches shirtless after the meal, looking healthier and stronger than before. He orders the servants, keep breakfast hearty like this from now on. As the servants walk away, they whisper among themselves, the young master really has changed lately. Just as he's about to continue, a man nervously introduces himself. Sir. I'm Song Sun Mung. A serious-looking man is drinking tea and says, a group of men enters. He thinks to himself with a smirk, the black-haired man, possibly a high-ranking officer or strategist, is suspicious of someone in the group. There's tension about a lack of clues or progress in an investigation. He might plan to catch someone acting suspicious.